Welcome to the Guided Expressions podcast with Martin Williams, the place to learn and be inspired to live your best life. Here is your host, Martin Williams.
And thank you for tuning in to the Guided Expressions podcast. My name is Martin Williams. Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast. You may do so on SoundCloud, iTunes, YouTube, and Spotify. All the links to the podcast can be found at guidedexpressions.com/podcast with an S. Today, I wanted to talk to you about I should have been there already. Have you ever felt like you've been on a trip for so long and for whatever reason, it took forever? And you sat and you thought, I should have been here by now. I should have been there by now. Why is this taking so long? I know that I've been on trips where it seemed like the further we went, the longer the trip got. I remember one time I went with my fiance and the mother of my child to upstate New York to visit her brother. And even though she told me how long the trip would be, it felt like the longest trip ever. And I know it wasn't, because we traveled from Philadelphia, the Philadelphia area, to upstate New York. And, that trip was long because there's not a whole lot of sightseeing. There's a lot of trees. If you've ever driven through upstate New York, it's a lot of trees. It's a lot of woods, a lot of open spaces. It's not really a whole lot of sightseeing unless you're into that type of thing. And, when we finally got off the highway, I think we had to drive like another 2 hours. And I was just like, man, let's make this whole thing stop. And eventually we got to his house and it ended up being, a fun trip. And we headed back home. And heading back home, it just seemed a whole lot quicker. The trip there seemed like it took forever, but going home, it felt quicker. And it's always amazed me how the way back always seems shorter than the way to. Have you ever thought about why it's taking so long for you to reach some of your goals? Maybe you had a goal to be at a certain place by a certain age. Maybe you thought you'd be married by now. Maybe you thought you'd be financially independent by now. Maybe you thought you'd be further along in your career than you are. And for whatever reason, you're not there yet. Have you ever thought about why? And most people don't really think about that. They don't think in terms of why. They just think, I should be here by now. I should be, self-made millionaire. I should be married. I should be a PhD or an MD or an MBA or what have you. And they never really think about why. Well, what I've learned over the years is that the reason that the trip seems longer than you thought it'd be is because you were so focused on the destination that you didn't enjoy the trip. I've found that the more I enjoyed the actual trip, the quicker I got to where I was going. When I, drive in my car, I'm like a lot of you. I drive in my car and, I have my music going and I got the window down, especially if it's warm. And, when you're driving, you're in a mode. You're in a certain mode. There's a certain way that you travel and, you're not thinking so much about how long is this going to take. You're in a mode and you're just driving and you're just, you're in the moment, right? And so many times people, instead of just being in the moment, instead of enjoying the process of it, they're just focused on the destination. And when you're focused on the destination, one of two things happen. Either it takes forever for you to get there, or you get there and you don't enjoy it, right? And most people, especially if you're sane, you want to reach a certain place because you think you'll be happier once you get there, right? The reason that you want that amount of money or want that relationship is because you think you'll be happier having it than without having it. You think you'll be more at ease having it than not having it. And, especially when it comes to things like money, yes, there's a need factor involved with that. You need money to take care of certain things. But beyond that, what we really want is happiness. We just want to be happy and we want to be at peace. And instead of focusing on the result, which is important, or focusing on the destination, which is also important, you don't want to drive around in circles for years. Why don't we focus more on the process, and more to the point, why don't we focus on enjoying the process? When's the last time you enjoyed your work? Some of you might be saying, you don't know where I work. And that's true. I don't know where you work. But unless you're working in a really toxic environment, you're probably not working in a really bad place. I mean, your work may be boring. It may not be as exciting as you'd like it to be. But, it's not the worst thing in the world. When's the last time you enjoyed 8 hours of work? When's the last time that you got into a mode where you enjoyed the process? Today, I had one of my better days at work because, I was just having fun, and I was having fun doing my work. It wasn't just I was having fun. I was having fun, but actually getting things done, excuse me. I was in the process. I was in the moment, and I was just enjoying what I was doing at the time. And the more I got done, the more I wanted to do. And before I knew it, the day was over. And I said, well, I guess I got to log off now. And, it really reminded me that as long as we're having fun, the process will take care of the destination. Okay? We're trying to reach a destination instead of enjoying the process. You may not be where you want to be financially right now. And you might look at your bank account and say, man, I wish I would have started doing some things earlier than when I started doing them. And that's a valid point to make. But I think a better way to look at it is, I'm going to have fun at this stage of my life. I'm going to enjoy this process, right? I have a destination that I want to get to. There's nothing wrong with writing out your goals and having goals, but think about it as this is going to be an enjoyable experience for me. I'm going to like it. I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to have a blast doing it, and I'm going to reach my destination. So I get the best of all worlds. I get everything. I get to have fun during, and when I get to my destination, I have my destination. I have my goal, the thing that I really wanted to have. So really begin to shift your mind around. Instead of asking questions, why is it taking so long? Ask the question, why can't I have fun in the process? You may be in a situation where you want to get married and you want to meet your soulmate. Why not enjoy dating? Enjoy dating. Enjoy meeting new people. And if it works, great. If it doesn't, okay. It's not the end of the world. If you're in a position where you want to build your business, enjoy creating something totally new. Enjoy creating something that doesn't exist yet. Enjoy being able to create something instead of being so worried about whether it's going to work or not, or whether people are going to buy it or not. Because that added pressure just sucks the fun out of the process, and it makes the trip longer. So I want to just remind you, love the process, stay in the moment, enjoy your path, whatever path you're on. Have fun doing it. Get as much out of it as you can. Squeeze it for all it's worth. And in the doing of it, before you know it, just like listening to your favorite song, or just thinking about something funny or something amusing, you get to a place where you reach your destination a lot quicker than you thought you would. And it's almost anticlimactic. You thought that it'd make you happier than it did. But that's only because you were having so much fun in the process. Reaching the destination paled in comparison. So start shifting your mind around enjoying the process, enjoying the trip. And you will reach your desired destination, whatever that is. My name is Martin Williams. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Guided Expressions podcast. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I will talk to you soon.
Don't forget to subscribe to the Guided Expressions podcast on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, or Spotify to get all the latest content from Guided Expressions. No one builds a house without a blueprint, so why are you trying to build your dream life without one? That's why the Blueprint course was created. The Blueprint course is for people who know they were meant for more. Created by Martin Williams, the Blueprint is a streamlined way to help you create the life you've always wanted. Get instant access now by clicking the link in the description box or going to guidedexpressions.com/blueprint.